On this episode of The Outdoorsman, I punch my buck tag bow hunting the rut using a decoy, so stay tuned and we hope you enjoy. Well, after a slow start to the 2019 season, I can't explain how eager I was for the rut to get here. Majority of the bucks I'd planned to target this year were bucks that generally showed up at the Hills property during this portion of the season. Not to mention, after years of experience, you never know what could show up during the rut. Well, once we got into late October, the pre-rut activity kicked in, trail cam pictures of good bucks started to flow in, and the long sits in the stand had started.
What's going on, guys? Today it is November 1st.
It was a grind this season, and a chess match to say the least. It seemed like hunt after hunt, I was never in the right place at the right time. But hey, that's hunting. Well, as we got into mid-November, recent trail cam pictures and sightings from previous hunts showed that buck activity seemed to be peaking during midday and in my field bottom set more so than my staging area set. So I decided to switch up tactics and try my luck doing something different.
Well, here it is, guys, November 13th, and I'm back out here at the Hills property for yet another hunt. It has been a grind this season. Logged so many hours in the tree stand and in the woods, just period. Putting in so much work, and it just seems that it's been such a struggle. I've been chasing after two hitless bucks out here at the Hills property that have basically been taunting me. So we're getting pretty late in the season. I know it's mid-November, but the issue with that is I've also got to hunt Ohio as we get into late December, and I've also got to film Dad and Gramps. So my hit list is starting to open up a little bit more, especially using the tactics that we're using today. Right now we're in the ground blind set overlooking the field bottom at the Hills. I've got the old Jack decoy out at about 20 yards. And we got some Conquest scent rutting buck rubbed all over the rear end of that deer. So that is the tactics today. Temperatures are freezing. We had a cold snap come through the past couple days. First it started with some rain, sleet, then snow, then it froze, and it looks beautiful. I've never hunted snow in November, especially mid-November. Winds rolling out of the south today, heading north, which is putting basically my scent cone along this wood line and into the creek bottom. And everything's ready to go. PSC is locked and loaded. We're actually trying something different today using these My Bow Buddy stands. Generally we've been using those ground stands that you guys have seen us use in the past, but we're using actually the Target archery stand because it's keeping the bow a little bit more elevated for me to where it's like waist level. And I'm also able to hang my quiver off of here, and I'm also able to have all my limb dampeners in there and not have to worry about taking them out, because how that My Bow Buddy ground stand works, you just can't really do it when you got so many limb dampeners in there. So setup feels good, man. It's a little after 11 a.m. We're going to be here till about 3 or 4. We're doing a midday sit. Hopefully our luck will change today. It should be pretty interesting. I'm expecting to see quite a few bucks. Now, whether or not we see the right buck, it's a different story. So, guys, stay tuned. I will check in with you when we're seeing some deer. Back. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? Dude, are you serious right now? Dude, no, no freaking way. Dude, I've literally been in the ground blind for 30 minutes. 30 freaking minutes I threw the decoy out. And I look over here, I literally just got done with my talk scene, literally 2 minutes ago. And I look over here and there's a buck literally running this way. What the? Oh my God. Dude, I gotta call Tyler. What? I'm tagged out. Bro, I literally been in the ground blind for 30 minutes. Yeah. TL Crew's on the board, baby. Boom. Yes, bro, look at, dude, I've literally been in the ground mine for 30 minutes. Decoy, GoPro, my bow buddy stand. What do you know about it, son? Yeah. Bro, I'm pretty sure he's down right over here. Like, he didn't leave the field, dog. Yeah. I gotta watch this footage, dude. Whoa. Pretty much just a walking blood trail. I mean, just literally covered on everything. Got him. Finally. Right here in the reef. The deer did not go 40 yards. Oh my God, the rage chewed him up. Look at that buck, dude. Oh. Take it any day of the week. That is definitely, he's probably, I'm assuming 3.5, but good Lord, I love the character for sure. The deer's probably 3.5 years old, but I'm still tickled to death. I love this. I mean, I've had the roughest season so far this year, and I've barely seen any really good bucks on hoof. The camera's always picking up good pictures, but man, the cameras don't justify anything. I mean, you've got to be there, and it's been a chess match. When you've never killed a buck off of a decoy, and literally the first 30 minutes, a buck comes almost at full sprint from the other end of the field out of nowhere, and a buck that specifically you've never had pictures of, I'm gonna shoot him. I mean, the footage of that hunt, what a hunt, dude. Look at the character on that. He's got a split 2 on his left, and then he's got a split 3 on his right. He's got that hook back. Oh. Well, here it is, guys, November 13th, and I'm finally tagged out, and what a grind it's been this season. I mean, I saved all this vacation time, and I was calling in sick a bunch through late October and early November trying to get after 2 of these hitless bucks that I've been chasing for a few years, and it just was a chess match with these bucks. It was insane. I had never even laid eyes on either one of these bucks, so as we started to get towards closer to mid-November, I'm like, you know what, I gotta open up my hit list a little bit more, because I do have plans to hunt Ohio in late December, early January. I've got to worry about Pops, I've got to worry about Grandpa, we've got the ATA show coming up. So today, snuck into the ground blind midday. I was trying something different. I was literally gonna hunt from 11 to 3:30, and literally right after, I mean, I've been in the ground blind for maybe 30, 40 minutes, and I was sitting there shooting some B-roll of the snow and the grass, and I looked to my left, and at almost full sprint, here comes a buck running from the far end of the field. And at first, I thought it was this 8-pointer that we've had pictures of. He's a decent deer, but I wouldn't have shot him. And I pull up the binoculars, and I'm looking at him, and he's got all these splits. He's got a split off his left G2, a split off his right G3. I'm like, man, this is a good deer. And if he comes up here and presents himself perfectly, I'm gonna zip an arrow through him. And sure enough, he came down, got between the ground blind and the decoy to get downwind of the decoy. I stopped him right there at 12 yards, and I put an arrow clean through him, and he went about 50 or 60 yards and piled up. I mean, it was a picture perfect hunt. I love killing deer in the snow. This is my second self-filmed buck, and man, we're in the middle of rut, and it just doesn't get any more exciting than that. I mean, I've said this in the past, I don't hunt for the size of the deer, I hunt for the maturity, and I hunt for the thrill, and that deer got my heart racing. I mean, it was literally one of the coolest hunts I've ever been on, one of the most memorable hunts I've ever been on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, check out all the links in our description below, hit the subscribe button if you already haven't, and I will catch you later on the next episode of The Outdoorsman.